Capricorn, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Welcome, welcome. It's, we're finally closing out Gemini season. About to move into Cancer season. Cancer is such a nice energy because it really reminds us of how to love and support ourselves. It represents home, family, mama love, nurture, etc. And even if we don't have those things set up in our physical life in the way that we want, it's a really good opportunity to provide that for ourselves, right? And especially because there's been a lot going on. There's a lot changing. Pluto's in retrograde. The changes, some of them are subtle. Some of them we kind of are anticipating. Some of them not so much. Some of them are taking their time. Some are painful. There's just a lot. There's a lot. And, there's been a little bit more tension since the full moon, I should say. The full moon in Sagittarius a week and a half ago just kind of brought out a lot. And so it is really reshifting the focus on how we need to change certain things in order to better support ourselves. Not all of it's easy. That's why I like to start off the readings with these energy cleansings, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Capricorn, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're just looking for more of a realignment of self, right? Well, everything's kind of going off, all the crazy. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are grounded in ourselves, when we know who we are and what we want and what we need as well, that's really when we're able to manifest that happiness, that abundance that we're all looking for and we all deserve, right? You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be enjoying your life. So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, with that, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that was not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly. Sorry, and help to make me clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. I was getting a little burned there. Sorry about that. It's interesting. I was picking up this energy for you, Capricorn. You feel like you are really working to stay grounded and just focused. And it doesn't feel it feels like things are a little bit chaotic around you. Maybe this is just one person, one situation in particular that's kind of going wild is what I'm hearing. Maybe causing a lot of unnecessary drama. And it does feel a little bit wild. I don't know if this person is going to extreme measures. I hope they're not, for your sake. But it feels like more than what you're anticipating, right? More than what you're anticipating. And honestly, I feel like it's kind of giving you the out that you need, is what I'm hearing. Something that you've kind of held onto for a minute, something that you've really tried to work through in kind of a patient way. You are very strong. You're very, and you do, Earth energy just naturally has a lot of patience. It can get annoyed easily, it can be stubborn, but when it comes to patience, it's okay, especially Capricorn energy. You were really willing to kind of sit on something for a while. And I feel like now, I don't know. I think you had to sit on something for a while. I think, interesting. You had to sit on something for a while. Like, I think there wasn't like a lot of movement, I guess is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you took your time, right? Sorry if I keep emphasizing that. I just see a lot of patience. I see a lot of patience. I see you being really intentional about how you are not only like showing up, but like intentional with each step you take. Like, you're calculated, but not in a conniving way. I don't necessarily pick that up. It's more like you're planting specific seeds to get specific results. That's the best way to say it. You know, you're picking your garden, so to speak, is what I keep seeing. And I feel like a lot of this is coming off because you're doing things differently. This does feel a little bit more empowered. You feel more peaceful and you feel more empowered. Because even though you had to kind of wait through something, it's given you exactly the information that you've needed. The Shakti is, and the sun is coming out 100% right off the bat. But the Shakti is all about that feminine energy, right? And really being able to kind of tap into our intuition in the way that, let's see, excuse me. In the way that we can like really sense into like what's going on in our life, in our world, right? It looks like someone was having a hard time. We have Temperance, 9 of Wands, and the World. It looks like someone was having a hard time. It looks like someone was on the defensive about something. It looks like this might have been what you were like waiting to find out. I almost see you with this card, but like you sitting and like sipping tea and just like watching and waiting. Maybe tea is not your thing. Maybe it's coffee, but it has this vibe of like, you're watching something unfold in front of your eyes, and it is bringing new light, clarity onto a dynamic that you can't necessarily deny. It is disappointing. And maybe this goes back to like whomever and whatever was the destructing force. Because I kind of feel like you're watching something unfold. Maybe you chose to do things like not go a traditional route. Ceremony is all about like kind of following natural order, right? Like maybe I'm hearing like a situation where there was natural progression, like it, needed a little bit more space to kind of evolve, to grow, to heal before certain decisions were made. And for whatever reason, you maybe, I'm hearing you listen to your gut, but present day, it doesn't look like you think that was the right thing to do with the 3 of Swords. I don't see you like bottoming out because of this. I see you being hurt by it. Like it's grief. It's just that sadness, wishing you had waited a little bit longer, wishing that it looked a little bit different. Acknowledging like places where perhaps something was limiting themselves. But it also kind of looks like maybe you weren't helping. Sorry. Well, and this is exactly why the ceremony card is in your blocked energy. Because it shows that like the way that you're going about it doesn't really work. It doesn't work. And whatever your reason, motivation is, it's not saying you're bad or you're wrong. I feel like on some level you have some legitimacy, 100%. But it also looks like, I don't know. It's kind of like when we poke the bear. That's the best way to say it. You have legitimacy in your perspective, but there are some areas where you could maybe help the issue. And that's what's not happening. And I think in some ways it's hard, it's difficult, it's humbling. This is giving you an opportunity to heal, but it's hard, right? Like it's hard. I don't know. I'm sorry, Capricorn. Well, I think sometimes we just have to go through the hard stuff, right? Sometimes we just have to see ourselves for what it is. And that's the downside of Saturn being in Aries right now, because it is really shedding light onto who we are, how we're showing up, if it's working or not, you know? And this kind of looks like maybe you want things to be all nice and neat and tidy. It has a little bit of a surfacey or superficial value. I don't say that in shade. It's just like maybe you don't want to get too deep into something with someone, and so you're putting up boundaries or whatever. But maybe that's not necessarily the right approach, you know? And that's kind of how that vibe is coming through. Like, here's the thing, and I like that, well, just be careful, right? Because if you do perchance have ulterior motives and that comes out, it could be very detrimental. I don't know. Let's see this, because I don't mean to wish bad omens. Okay, let's just see. Okay, well, there's like some weird ass resolution at the end of all this. So sorry, Capricorn, that is not what I was expecting at all. We got King and Queen of Pentacles to close out both of the energies, right? So it's kind of just like basically saying like this person was limiting themselves, whatever they were thinking, whatever they were afraid of, etc. You maybe played into that a little bit too much, Capricorn, and that's where it's kind of coming to bite you in the butt. Not good, bad, right or wrong. We have 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. There is value that's coming in because of this. I do feel like whatever conversation you have with this person's situation to kind of get stuff back on track is really, you know, it looks like it's headed in a positive direction, but I do think there is a level of humility that's involved on both ends is what I'm seeing. Because someone could have been meddling. There is kind of like an outside force or someone, something else, believe in your dreams. Like there is someone, something else that kind of was messing with this dynamic is what I'm seeing. And I feel like that's exactly where to be aware, right? Like, and I think that that's why there needs to have a clear, honest conversation. I feel like there is this part of you that has hope for, well, both of you do, maybe, I don't know. Definitely coming from your energy. And once the air is cleared, I feel like they will get on board with this as well, right? Once the air is cleared. But I do think there is a little bit unfolding, and maybe that's why we're getting this patience card, because like whomever, whatever is burning down your house, whatever's like causing all this drama, like you might be releasing this week, because that's kind of how I was seeing it in the very beginning. Something has like negatively affected something that I feel like was actually like pretty affirming for you. And I'm seeing that you kind of like want to reestablish something with that, shift it in a more positive direction. And this is actually really powerful, a powerful thing for you to do this week. But again, like you're holding off. That's kind of what I keep getting. And that's not good, bad, right, or wrong. Maybe it's better to be patient. There are some things that need to be forgiven. You're still kind of holding on to some stuff. Maybe you're not really ready to have this conversation or resolution quite yet. And that's why it's coming through as the devil. Still licking your wounds, so to speak, which is good, right? We're moving into Cancer season. Support yourself, love on yourself, do what you need to do, because again, when you do, it's going to make you more confident to get done what you need to get done, right? Like, we're all humans. We do the best that we can. And hopefully people can be open-minded and hear that if we can be honest, right? Honest and transparent. But sometimes we have to work up the courage to do that. And that's kind of how I see you right now. There's a lot going on. Maybe there's just like a lot in the background that's like requiring your immediate attention. But it's also giving you the opportunity to kind of forgive, to heal, and to move on so that you can start bearing, sowing, not sowing your seeds, but reaping your fruit, reaping the labor of your hard work, reaping the rewards of your hard labor. Oh my gosh, so sorry, Capricorn. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. Know it blesses my heart, and I'm sending that love and blessings back to you.